Hello everyone, welcome on the platform of Unacademy. Let's crack CBSE science. Good afternoon to each one of you. Today we are going to have our discussion on the textual exercise of number 1. Okay, so before that, session is remaining this chapter, so that we will continue. After that, we are going to continue with the. So this is what about my introduction. Now many of you are familiar with this. That I am Divya Gupta. I have done MSc in microbiology. I have around 3 years of teaching experience and I am completely passionate about teaching. That is what about my introduction. Then, as you all know that on the platform of Unacademy, you people are having two different subscription options. One is the iconic and other is the plus subscription. So in the iconic, you can see that these are the benefits. This personal mentor, direct contact with the educator. The parents can also get connected to us. You are having live doubt solving sessions with there, and you are going to have all the benefits of it. Then in the plus subscription, daily live classes will be there, structural course will be provided to you. This will help you to best prepare for that particular exam. Live test and the quizzes will be held for you. This will help you to analyze your performance, and you are having unlimited access to all the, and the courses are available from class 6 to 12 and for all the competitive exams. So what we will get, that we have already seen. This is how the live classes looks. You are being prepared with the top educators, expertise, syllabus, and yes, my dear students, if you have not yet downloaded the Unacademy application Google Play Store, kindly download it, make an account, check the course, and go through the free live classes that are free for some days, and then click on the get subscription. Okay, so to have access to the free live classes, you have to make use of the code that is 0. We are also available on the Telegram application, so you can see that download the Telegram app, type this URL link in your search button, and click on the join button. So by doing this, you will have all the updates in the Telegram group also. If you want to have plus subscriptions, select the plus, iconic subscription, select the iconic. So for 6, as you all know very well that you are having only months of time for a class 12 preparation. So as you can see that the cost was 10,000, but now it has been reduced to 9,000. That is, you are having a 10% discount in the plus subscription, and that 10% discount you will get when you will use this code, that is DG007. Okay, as soon as जैसे ही आप लोग ये वाला कोड यूज करोगे, आप लोगों को मिलेगा 10. In iconic, the cost was 17,000, but now that has also been reduced to 15,300. That is, you can make use of this code, have to make use of this referral code and have the 10%. Anyone can make use of this referral code, whether the student is of class 6 to 12 or for any competitive. Okay, so let's start with our today's topic. That is, we were on the sexual reproduction. In that, we were discussing about the pre-fertilization stage. In the pre-fertilization stage, there are two steps, that is gametogenesis and gamete transfer. Okay, so gametogenesis is the process of formation of gamete that we have seen. It occurs at the maturity phase. It can occur by the mitosis or the meiosis, depends upon the type of the parent cell. Generally, the gametes are haploid in nature. Then let's learn about the gametogenesis in algae. That in algae, how the process of gametogenesis occurs. Okay, so gametes किस type से है, what is the shape of the gametes, what is the size of the gamete. Based on that, there are two types of gametes, isogametes and isogametes. Iso means you can also use the word homo, that is same. Okay, gametes produced are of same size and the same shape. Okay, तो यहाँ पे क्या होंगे, तो जो भी दोनों gametes होंगे, they will be completely alike. You can see over here, homogametes, that is this gamete and this gamete. These both are having the same shape and the same structure. Okay, same size also. While in the anisogamous, that is both the gametes will be of different size and different shape. You can call it as heterogametes, right? If gametes produces are of different size and the different shapes. Okay, at that moment we can call it as a heterogamete. Like in the human beings, the egg is much big and the sperms are very very small. Okay, so they are the heterogametes. You can see in the figure. This is the egg cell and this is the okay. Male gametes, they are called anthrozoids, or we can call sperm anthrozoids. Why? Because they can travel from one place to another place. Male gametes, they are called egg or the ovum. Now comes the gametogenesis in plants. In plants, how the process of gametogenesis occurs. First is the unisexual plants, that is the plants which will be having male and the female reproductive structure on the different plant. Okay, एक plant होगा जिसके अंदर male reproductive structure होगा, दूसरे में होगा female reproductive structure. Examples are mostly asked in the exams, that is the papaya or the date palm. Bisexual plants, that is both of the reproductive structure will be there in the same plant. Okay, examples are the coconut or the cucurbita. Fine. Now, the flower which is having only the male reproductive structure, that flower will be called staminate. If it is having the stamen, okay, it is having only the stamen, सिर्फ इसके पास stamen है, इसीलिए the flower को हम क्या बोलेंगे? We will call it as staminate. If the flower is only having the female reproductive structure, that is pistil, so it will be called pistillate. Okay, so staminate, you can see it, this flower is having only the stamens, and pistillate flower which is having only one pistil. Okay, then in the animals also sometimes same types of situation occurs, that is unisexual. Cockroach, in cockroach there will be male and the female cockroach will be different, while in earthworm you will see the male and the female reproductive only in the single earthworm. Is you can see this is the male reproductive part, or I can say it is the place where the testes are located. Okay, earthworm के अंदर दोनों male and the female reproductive structure will be present in earthworm. While the cockroach, the male will be different and the female will be different. So good afternoon. Bisexual, जिसके अंदर in one animal only male and the female reproductive structure are present, so such type of animals they are called bisexual. Okay, example is, very good example is earthworm, sponges, tapeworm or leech. Now the cell division during gamete formation. So how the cell division occurs in order to form the gametes. So as we have already learned that in the maximum of the cases gametes are always haploid. So as we have seen that gametes are always haploid, that is it is N. Now अब gametes बनाने के लिए पेरेंट्स बॉडी के अंदर माइटोसिस हुआ या मियोसिस हुआ, वो डिपेंड करेगा पेरेंट बॉडी के. इफ द पेरेंट बॉडी इज 2n, that is diploid, okay, so that 2n body has to undergo meiosis, that is reductional division हम बोलते हैं. okay, तो 2n में से कितने n बनेंगे? There will be the formation of 4n, reductional division. Parent body was diploid while the daughter cells are the haploid. Okay, meiosis, meiosis को हम बोलते हैं reductional. But if the parent body, so Pranita, good afternoon. And if the parent body is haploid, okay, already it is haploid, so that will undergo the process of mitosis, that is no reductional division, the number of chromosomes will remain as it is. Okay, if parent body is n, it will undergo the process of mitosis and it will form the daughter cell which is having the n number. Okay, डिपेंड करता है पेरेंट बॉडी कैसी. अगर पेरेंट बॉडी डिप्लॉयड होगी इट हैज टू अंडरगो मियोसिस. ओके, अगर पेरेंट बॉडी हैप्लॉयड हुई इट हैज टू अंडरगो माइटोसिस, बट एट द एंड इट इज गोइंग टू फॉर्म द हैप्लॉयड गैमेट्स ओनली. Okay, gametes will always be haploid only. Okay, now we'll move ahead. Okay, so mitosis is just shortly explained in this diagram. So you can see that mother cell, blue and green color different chromosomes are given. They are just for a convenience. The chromosomes are not of blue or green color. Okay, then there will be the DNA replication, that is they will make their copies. they अपनी copy बना ली, green ने अपनी copy बना ली. Then it will occur the process of cell division. अब ये हुआ प्रोफेज. Okay, this is the metaphase. That is, all the chromosomes will be arranged in a equatorial line. Okay, equal line, mediated line. Then there will be occurring a anaphase. Anaphase में क्या होगा? Both the chromosomes, all the chromosomes will move apart. Okay, pairing of the chromosomes, they will move apart. Blue wale you can see they are getting apart, green wale they are getting apart. Then at the end there will be telophase, and the telophase there will be the formation of two different daughter cells which will be having same number of chromosomes as there is the mother cell. Mother cell के अंदर जितने भी chromosomes होंगे, suppose it is 2n, okay, same number of chromosomes will be there in the daughter cell. Fine. Now comes the meiosis. Meiosis is what? It is the reductional division. Fine. So reductional division में क्या होगा? Number of chromosomes will be half. Parent cell के comparison में daughter cells के अंदर number of chromosomes will be half. And you all know very well that in the meiosis के अंदर दो stage होते हैं, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay, so you can see that in the meiosis there were the 4 chromosomes. They all replicated themselves to increase their copies. Okay, सबकी pairing बन गई. When meiosis 1 में दो pair अलग हुए with the crossing over, and meiosis 2 में the chromosomes become half. Okay, now the organisms having the haploid parent body, that is monera, fungi, algae and bryophyte. These are the plants which are having the haploid parent body. मतलब उनकी जो parent body होगी that will be haploid itself. अगर parent body haploid है तो it will undergo the mitosis. Okay. While the organisms which are having diploid parent body, they are the pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. That is more advanced plants. So in that they will undergo the process of meiosis. Okay. So meiocyte, gamete mother cell that undergo meiosis and form the gamete. Okay. So don't get confused between this word meiocyte. Meiocyte क्या होता है? It is the mother cell that is undergoing the process of meiosis. Mother cell जो meiosis करेगी, that will be called as meiocyte. Okay, meiocyte. Cyte का meaning होता है cell, and meo means meiosis. The cell which will undergo the process of meiosis is called meiocyte. Okay. I don't think so. That's Ashish still connected. Pranita. So now let's learn about the sexual reproduction in detail. So that we have already seen, that is gamete formation, okay, gametogenesis in the pre-fertilization stage. Then in pre-fertilization, gamete transfer will also be there. Then comes the fertilization, and then comes the post-fertilization stages, that is the zygote formation and the embryogenesis. Let's learn it in detail. Now comes the gamete transfer, that is when the gametes will be completely formed, perfectly formed. Now the process of gamete transfer will occur. Okay, that is to transfer the gametes from one place to another. After the gamete formation, gametes are brought physically together. Okay, then and only then the fertilization will occur. If gametes are not brought physically together, the process of fertilization will not occur. And if the process of fertilization will not occur, then how the zygote is going to form? Okay, so there is always a requirement of a medium, that is through which the gametes can pass. Gametes is required for medium is required for the gamete transfer. It can be water, air, or any other liquid, or any other animal also. It can be anything. Okay, to transfer the gamete from one organism to the now comes the male gametes. So in most of the cases, the male gametes, they are the motile, that is they are having the capacity to move from one place to another place. They are always in the high amount because as they have to travel from one place to another place, so while traveling there are more probability that they will get stuck in some problem, or they will not be successfully reach, all of them will not successfully reach up to the egg cell. Okay, so they are produced in a very high amount. So from very high amount of male gametes, at least few will reach successfully up to the egg cell. Okay, majority of them are failed to reach to the female gametes because they are traveling. While traveling, there are many problems, that obstacles that have to face by the male gametes. Now comes the female gametes. That is female gametes, in most of the cases it is non-motile. Okay, that is जहाँ पे भी female gamete is formed, it will remain at the same position itself. Generally it is one, because उसको अपनी place change करनी नहीं है. Okay, उसको यहाँ से वहाँ move भी नहीं करना है. So why there is need to make more and more female gametes? If it will be one, then it is more than enough. Okay. Exception cases are there in some fungi and algae. Both the male and the female gametes are motile. So as I have already told you that this is a biology, and in the biology there are exception cases in each and every line. Okay, जब हम मोटाइल की बात कर रहे हैं तो एक्सेप्शन केस अलग होंगे, नॉन मोटाइल की बात कर रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे भी एक्सेप्शन केसेस आर डिफरेंट. ओके, we cannot put 100% on each and everything. There is always 99% case. 1% exception case is always present in the biology. Okay. Now, how the gamete transfer occur in plants? So that we have already discussed in the chapter 2 discussion. Pollination जिसमें हम देख रहे थे, xenogamy, autogamy, geitonogamy. Okay. So pollen grains are produced on anther and get transferred to the stigma. That is what pollination is. उसको हम बोलेंगे pollination. That is क्या होगा, pollination में क्या होगा, pollen grains will be produced in the anther and they will be transferred to the self fertilization takes place in bisexual plants. So the plants which are having male and the female reproductive structure, same flower, एक ही flower के अंदर male भी है, that is anther are also there and pistil is also there. So why they are going to go to the other flower through the process of fertilization? Of course they will not. Okay, so they will undergo the process of self fertilization, मतलब उसी flower का anther उसी flower के जाके settle हो. This pollen transfer of pollen is quite easy as it does not have to change the flower also. Plant change तो बात की बात है, but it does not have to change the flower also. Now in the cross pollination, cross pollination occur in the unisexual plants. Here transfer of pollen is not easy. So cross pollination होगा जहाँ पे male and the female reproductive structure, they are on the different flower or they are on the different plant. Okay, so pollen has to travel from this to up to this. Okay, यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक में भी there will be thousands of obstacles that have to be crossed by the pollen. Okay, so here the process of pollination is not at all easy. Now here the process of pollination takes place, it is transfer of pollen to the stigma. Okay. Now comes the gamete transfer in the end. So how the process of gamete transfer in the animals takes place? Let's learn about it. So up to here everything is fine. Okay, good. So gamete transfer in animals, every animal has its own process of gamete transfer. Okay, हर एक एनिमल के पास उसका प्रोसेस होता है through which it is going to do the process of gamete transfer. If there will be successful gamete transfer, how the successful gamete transfer will be there? When the gametes will come into contact with, okay, after the process of successful transfer, there will occur the process of fertilization. Okay, fertilization, that is first cell that will be formed, that will be the zygote, and zygote is a 2-1 structure as it is formed by the unition of the male and the female gamete. Zygote is okay. Now comes the stage of fertilization, that what happens in the fertilization. It is a very vital event. Okay, it's a very important event. Here the fusion of gametes takes place and the zygote formation. Okay, now gametes will be there and the process of zygote formation is a 2-1 structure. This process is also called syngamy. Okay, syngamy means to fuse, that we call it as syngamy. Pranita, is there any particular chapter or the doubt? Process is also called syngamy. Okay, fertilization. Now comes the parthenogenesis, that is the process of formation of new organism without fertilization. New organism formation will take place definitely, but without the process of fertilization, that we call it as parthenogenesis. Examples are the honeybees, lizards are there, and some rotifers are. So which chapter? By the way, Pranita, there is one issue that I cannot keep doubt solving session on the YouTube. I can keep doubt solving session on the Unacademy, because for the YouTube classes are already pre-decided, so I cannot make any changes in that. But yes, in the Unacademy classes I can make still some changes. If you will say, if you want to have the doubt solving session, that we can keep on the Unacademy. Now the fertilization also of two types: internal fertilization, that takes place inside the body; external fertilization, that takes place outside the body. Okay, these two types of fertilization are there. Now here you can see Pranita, there is one issue that respiration and sensation chapter is not there in the NCR. CBSE syllabus. These two chapters are there in the class 11, and the board which you are following uske andar class 12. But no problem, if you are having a doubt or a query on respiration and circulation, I'm definitely going to clear it out for you. Don't worry, you can ask me. तो पार्थेनोजेनेसिस जैसे हमने देखा था, प्रोसेस ऑफ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ न्यू यंग वन विदाउट द प्रोसेस ऑफ फर्टिलाइजेशन. इसमें आप देख सकते हो क्वीन इज ऑलवेज 2-1. ठीक है, हनी बी के अंदर क्वीन इज ऑलवेज 2-1. meiosis करके it will form egg cells, and here it also will be n. Male bee हमेशा it is n. Okay. Okay, ma'am, I will ask on Telegram. Yes, of course you can ask me. Okay. Male bee it is always n. Okay. अब n होगा तो it will undergo process of mitosis and it will form sperm cells. Okay, and n. Up this n and this n is going to undergo the process of fertilization and it will form 2n structure. Okay, 2n structure बन गया, मतलब in the future it is going to form the queen or the worker bees. But still now this n is still alone. Okay, alone है तो it will not going to lose itself. What it is going to do? It is going to undergo the process of parthenogenesis. So parthenogenesis it is going to form the drones. Okay, so drones, they are always formed with the process of parthenogenesis. Okay, and they are the male. Got it? Now, if external fertilization occurs, first of all, कहाँ होता है ये? It is found in algae, fishes or amphibians. Okay, here the organism show synchrony. That is synchrony मतलब जब male gamete mature होगा, release होगा, at the same moment the female gamete will also will become mature and will also become released. Okay, then and only then external fertilization possible. वरना अगर मेल गैमेट ऑलरेडी पहले से ही रिलीज हो गया, फीमेल गैमेट रिलीज नहीं हो पाया, they will be wasted. Okay, internal fertilization, they are found in fungi, reptiles and birds, mammalian, pteridophytes, bryophytes, angiosperms, gymnosperms. Okay, so here egg is formed inside the female body. It is always formed inside the female body and the male gamete fuses with it. This zygote formation will be there inside the female body. Fine. In seeded plants, non-motile male gametes reach at the stigma, formation of pollen tube will occur and it reaches the female gamete. That we have already seen in the chapter number जब हम कौन सा चैप्टर डिस्कस कर रहे थे yesterday, चैप्टर नंबर 2. Fine. Okay. Now this is the figure of the external fertilization. As you can see, it is a female fish, male fish. Okay, so male have released the sperm and here the female has released the egg. Okay, at the same time in the environment, so when there will be the fusion, the zygote formation will occur. Okay, the zygote formation will take place and the fertilization will be successful. Now comes the post fertilization, that is the changes that takes place after the fertilization. First, the new cell which will be formed will be zygote, it is 2. Okay, external fertilization, if it is there, then zygote is formed outside the body. If internal fertilization is there, then zygote is formed inside the female body. Okay, further development of zygote depends upon the lifestyle of the organism, that where the organism is living. It will depend upon that. Now, if the organism is having haplontic life cycle, okay, zygote will undergo meiosis. ठीक है, अगर ऑर्गेनिज्म की लाइफ साइकिल ऑलरेडी हैप्लॉन्टिक है, ठीक है, मतलब जितने भी पेरेंट सेल बनेंगे दे ऑल विल बी एन, तो दे विल अंडरगो द मियोसिस, क्योंकि ज़ाइगोट है 2n. ठीक है, 2n से n जाने के लिए इट हैज़ टू अंडरगो द प्रोसेस ऑफ मियोसिस. ठीक है, इफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म इज डिप्लॉयड, ठीक है, तो ज़ाइगोट से क्या हो जाएगा, 2n, इट हैज़ टू फॉर्म द ऑर्गेनिज्म. फाइन, तो इट विल अंडरगो द प्रोसेस ऑफ माइटोसिस. माइटोसिस में क्या होता है, नंबर ऑफ chromosomes will remain same. Okay, और meiosis में number of chromosomes become. Yes, Mohammed, are you new in the class? I think the Mohammed have left. Pranita. Therefore, we can say that the zygote is a vital link to ensure the continuity of the species from one generation to another generation. Hello, Ayushman Panda. Good afternoon. So we can say that the zygote is a vital link. It is playing a very vital link, very important link for the continuity of the species. अगर zygote formation हुआ, then and only then new organisms birth will be there. If the zygote formation will not take place, so the continuity of the species will not occur. Okay. So this figure is given to show the haplontic life cycle. That is zygote बना, ठीक है, दो gametes के fusion से zygote बना. Zygote will undergo the meiosis process, ठीक है. meiosis से क्या हो जाएगा, haplontic parent body बन जाएगी, right? फिर haplontic parent body mitosis करेगी और number of chromosomes कितने रखने, n ही रखने. haplontic life cycle चाहिए तो zygote बना, zygote will undergo mitosis, okay. Sporozoid बन गया, वापस mitosis, फिर meiosis होगा in order to form the gametes, okay. Now comes the embryogenesis, that is the process of formation of embryo. zygote के बाद वाला जो process होता है, cell division होगा, cell का differentiation होगा, okay. That is tissue formation, organ formation, organ system formation. वो सब चीजें किस में आती है, embryogenesis. That is बाद में at the end the whole new organism formation phase, okay. Just wait a second, students. Okay, fine. So now the embryogenesis, in that we have seen that the development of organism will be occurring, okay. So now animals, they can be oviparous or they can be viviparous, depends on the type of animal. If it is oviparous, but development कहाँ होता है, viviparous तो development कहाँ होता है. Let's see question please. Yes, what happened, Pranita? Which question? So now if the organism is oviparous, okay, zygote is formed inside the female body, that's okay, but the further development will be there in the egg that will be released like in the birth, okay. While in the viviparous, the zygote is formed inside the female body and further development will be there inside the body itself, okay. Chances of survival are highest in the viviparous because they are inside the female body, so they are having good amount of survival rate, while in the oviparous they are having less amount of survival rate. In plants, zygotes are formed occur in ovule, okay. Then the sepals, petals, stamens, they all get shades of, and zygote will convert it into embryo, ovule will get converted into seeds, and ovary will convert into fruits that we are eating. Thick covering on the fruit, we call it as pericarp, okay, which is having a function of giving the protection. So this is a figure, that is the shape of the fruit. pericarp, which is giving the protection to the seed, and the pericarp are having three different layers. The outer layer is the exocarp, middle layer is the mesocarp, and innermost layer is the endocarp. And inside the endocarp there will be the seed. That is, pericarp is giving protection to the whole structure. Okay, pericarp is divided into three parts: exocarp, mesocarp, endocarp. So this was all about today's this chapter's explanation. Now let's move with the question answers. Very quickly we are going to have our discussion. Madam, it is found in every fruit. हर एक fruit के अंदर pericarp is always present, and pericarp is divided into three. But when we talk about the apple, so as we have seen that apple is a false fruit. Okay, false fruit मतलब the part of the apple that we are eating, that is the thalamus. ओवरी का होगी इसके अंदर. Okay. So we are going to have a very quick on the question answers. First question, and if the fruit has money, then also what happened? इसको प्रोटेक्शन देने वाला काम कौन कर रहा है डियर? इट इज द पेरिकार्प. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे तो चलो इस फिगर में तो एक ही सीड है, बट यहाँ पे अगर बहुत सारे सीड्स होते हैं, then also the pericarp is doing its own function, that is to give the protection to the whole fruit. Right? Got it, Pranita? So here comes the first question. Yes, that's good. Why is reproduction essential for the organisms? In order to, for the continuity of the species. It's the main word that we have to mention when you are writing the answer. Why there is a need of reproduction? In order to have the continuity of the species. Okay, so that the organisms characters will be passed from one generation to another generation. Okay, even with the process of reproductions, variations are also essential, because variations के through ही the organism will able to adapt, the new organism will be able to adapt to the particular environment. Then comes the question number 2. Why is a better mode of which is the better mode of reproduction, sexual or asexual? Why? This question was also asked in some of the previous year question paper. Which question paper it is, I don't remember exactly, but yes, in some of the paper type of question was definitely there. Okay, so I can say it is important. So why, which mode is better, sexual or asexual? Why? So according to us, or according to the science, or according to the biology also, we can say that the sexual mode of reproduction is much more better, okay, as compared to the, just wait a second. Good afternoon, Royal Touch. The first reason comes is the variation. Okay, variations, because variations are required in order to live with the particular environment. Evolution, variations being a major factor for the natural selection. If the nature will select you to live properly into the environment, then अब आपको नेचर कब सेलेक्ट करेगा, जब आपने पर्टिकुलर 100% वेरिएशंस आपकी बॉडी में ला के रखे. इफ यू विल नॉट अडेप्ट टू द पर्टिकुलर एनवायरनमेंट, then you will not be able to survive. Okay, then comes the adaptation, because sexual reproduction के अंदर adaptation के होने की वजह से there occurs the changes, okay, and that changes are getting passed from one generation to another generation. Then comes the vigor and the vitality, that is genetic recombination and interaction between the sexual reproduction provides vigor and vitality to the offspring. Fine. Now the third question is, why is offspring formed by the asexual reproduction referred to as flow? Very easy question. Because asexual reproduction में there was an involvement of only single parent. ठीक है, अब सिंगल पेरेंट का इन्वॉल्वमेंट है तो यहाँ पे तो कुछ जेनेटिकली मॉर्फोलॉजिकली रिकॉम्बिनेशन होगा नहीं, और रिकॉम्बिनेशन नहीं होगा तो जो ऑफस्प्रिंग बॉर्न होगा दैट विल बी कम्प्लीटली अलाइक एज द पेरेंट. ओके, एंड इवन द ऑफस्प्रिंग्स विल बी कम्प्लीटली अलाइक टू देमसेल्व्स आल्सो. फाइन, इसलिए हम उनको बोलते हैं क्लोन्स. That's why they are referred to as clones. Here comes the fourth number of question. Offspring formed due to the sexual reproduction have better chances of survival. Why? Is the statement true? Yes. The statement is completely true. कि जो ऑफस्प्रिंग बॉर्न होते हैं आफ्टर सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन उनके सर्वाइवल रेट ज़्यादा होते हैं. हेलो रिया, गुड आफ्टरनून डियर, हाउ आर यू? आफ्टर सो लॉन्ग अगेन यू आर विथ मी. So the offspring which are born with the sexual reproduction, they are having more survival, because sexual reproduction के अंदर organism का जो genetic character होंगे that will be more advanced. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना कि आजकल की generation के बच्चे they are more advanced as compared to the उनसे 5 साल जो पुराने मतलब जैसे suppose कोई एक child है जो 1995 में born हुआ, ठीक है, that child will be not that much advanced as compared to the child which is born in 2000 or 2005, because as per the variations, जैसे जैसे changes आते हैं environment में, okay, there occurs the new variations and that variation will allow the offspring to survive. Okay, इसीलिए the new generation students they are much more active, much more intelligent. Okay, they are very smart in giving the answer. क्यों? Because उनका genetic variation से इस तरीके से, no one is responsible for it. Okay, because they are so smart, because they are so intelligent, that's why they will be able to survive in the coming environment. Okay, why our grandparents, they are not knowing how to use the phone, they are not knowing how to make the channel, so everything, anything, they are not knowing about the latest technology. And the young small child that is just born 2 years back, he is knowing everything, that how to make use of the phone. That is because of the variation. Okay, now comes the question number 5. What happened, Riya? Why are you not replying to me? Good afternoon, dear. So here am I visible to you again? Because I got disconnected for. Okay, fine. So why they are different? Because in sexual reproduction there occurs the crossing over of the gametes. while in asexual reproduction ऐसा कुछ क्रॉसिंग ओवर होता ही नहीं है. Okay, that's why progeny is different from the sexual reproduction. Now the question number 6 was the right to difference between the asexual and sexual reproduction. So that I have already explained, that's why I have not put that question. Now comes the question number 7, that is what is vegetative propagation. Explain with two table examples. Vegetative propagation means the process of asexual reproduction in the plants, उसको हम बोलते हैं vegetative reproduction propagation. ठीक है, एग्जाम्पल्स क्या है, टाइप्स क्या है, रनर्स, राइजोम्स, सकर्स, ट्यूबर, बल्ब. ओके, और एग्जाम्पल्स के अंदर आप पोटैटो, स्वीट पोटैटो, डहलिया, इन सबको एग्जाम्पल्स आप दे सकते हैं. Now comes the next question. Define juvenile phase, reproductive phase, senescent phase. Okay. Juvenile phase क्या होता है? The phase before the maturity. ठीक है, कोई भी एक ऑर्गेनिज्म, कोई भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म अपनी मैच्योरिटी अटेंड करे. मैच्योरिटी अटेंड करना मतलब the organism will be completely reproductively active. Now the organism is completely ready to undergo the process of reproduction. ठीक है, उसके पहले वाला जो पूरा फेज होता है that we call it as juvenile phase. Okay. With reproductive phase, when the organism is reproductively active right now. ठीक है, उसको हम बोलेंगे reproductive phase. Then senescent phase हम किसको बोलेंगे? It begins the end of the reproductive phase, because reproductive phase जैसे females के अंदर होता है menopause आता है. ठीक है, menarche और menopause. It is starting of the periods, we call it as menarche, and ending of the periods, the normal periods, that is the menopause. That is ending of the reproductive phase, that comes under the senescent phase. During this phase of the lifespan, there is progressive deterioration in the body. It is पूरी body, the activeness of the body, the metabolism of the body will be very very slow. Old age will be result into the death. Then comes the question number 9. Higher organisms have restored sexual reproduction in spite of its complexity. Why? Why the higher organisms have moved to the sexual reproduction? Because sexual reproduction results into multiplication and perpetuation of the species, and also it contributes to the evolution. ठीक है, तो जब भी हम if in the exam also, if the question is asked why is sexual reproduction better as compared to the asexual reproduction, only reason is the variation, because variations are having chance to express themselves in the sexual reproduction, while in the asexual reproduction they are not having to express. Okay. Now comes the question number 10. Explain why meiosis and the gametogenesis are always linked. Meiosis and gametogenesis, because gametes are always haploid. Okay, so अगर parent body diploid होगी, so that diploid parent body has to undergo the meiosis in order to form the gametes that are haploid. ठीक है, that's why they are always interlinked. My dear students, I am not reading the whole answer which is given in this slide. Okay, if you want, I can provide you later in my Telegram group, or otherwise I am sure that you have all gone through this whole exercise, because this is the exercise of chapter 1. One is पहले ही हो गया होगा. Now comes the question number 11. Identify each of the flowering plant and answer whether it is haploid or diploid. Ovary क्या होती है? It is always diploid. Anther, they are also diploid. Egg, it is haploid. Pollen, it is haploid. Male gamete, it is haploid. And zygote, it is diploid. Okay, make sure here that you will remember all this haploid and diploid. Wait a second. That you will remember all this haploid and diploid number of cells. Okay, because जब भी एग्जाम में आता है तो अभी तो अच्छे से याद रहता है, एग्जाम में आके एंड टू एंड सब मिक्स हो जाता है टेबल में. मैम क्लास के बाद PDF पोस्ट करिए. I can post the PDF in the Telegram group. Okay, and maybe that I will post at for 9 PM टुडे, रात को 9 बजे से पहले मैं पोस्ट कर दूँगी। और if I forget then just send me a reminder in the Telegram group. So maybe I will forget. Now comes the question number 12. Define external fertilization, mention its disadvantage. External fertilization मतलब जहाँ पे मेल और फीमेल गैमेट का फ्यूजन आउटसाइड दी फीमेल बॉडी होगा, आउटसाइड दी मेल बॉडी होगा, उसको हम बोलते हैं एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन। ठीक है, डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या होते हैं कि भाई इट रिक्वायर्स मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस इट रिक्वायर्स द एक्वाटिक मीडियम, बिकॉज एक्वाटिक मीडियम में क्या हो जाएगा, दे कैन कम इनटू कांटेक्ट विद ईच अदर वेरी इजीली विद द हेल्प ऑफ वाटर करंट। ठीक है, हमेशा हमको एक एक्वाटिक एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए होता है। दूसरा, चांसेस ऑफ द फैक्टर दैट इज रिलीज ऑफ जो गैमेट्स हुए हैं मेल या फीमेल, वो दोनों एक ही टाइम पे रिलीज हो, सिंक्रोनिक कंडीशन क्रिएट हो, इट्स नॉट ऑलवेज एसेंशियल। ओके, इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज पॉसिबल। दूसरा, यंग वंस को दे विल नॉट हैव एनी प्रोटेक्शन। ठीक है, यंग वंस विल नॉट हैव एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन बिकॉज दे आर जस्ट ओपन इनटू द एनवायरनमेंट। ओके, अभी तो उनका बर्थ ही नहीं हुआ है, उसके पहले अगर दे आर उनके ऊपर आके अटैक कर जाए, तो देयर इज नो प्रोटेक्शन टू द यंग वंस। The synchronic condition is always essential in the male and the female gametes, and the maximum of the external fertilization they requires the aquatic medium. Okay, my video has started buffering. My video got buffered, right? Hello Rohi Jaiswal, good afternoon. Now comes the question number 13. Differentiate between spores and the zygote. Two spores, they are the male gametes generally that are having the capacity to do the process of moving from one place to another place. That is, they are motile. They can be haploid or diploid. Zygote, it is always a diploid structure that is formed by the fusion of gametes. Now the 14th. Differentiate between gametogenesis from embryogenesis. How the gametogenesis is different from gametogenesis is the formation of gametes. एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस मतलब जाइगोट के बाद जो एम्ब्रियो बनता है उस पूरे प्रोसेस को हम बोलते हैं एम्ब्रियोजेनेसिस। गैमेट्स दे आर ऑलवेज हैप्लॉइड, एम्ब्रियो इट इज ऑलवेज डिप्लॉइड। ओके, बोथ माइटोटिक और मियोटिक डिवीजन it can take place depending upon the parent body. Embryogenesis, it always undergo mitotic division. Very important difference for an examination point of view. Then comes the question number 15. Describe the post fertilization changes in the flower. So flower में क्या होता है post fertilization changes में? That is post fertilization changes में zygote बनता है inside the ovule. ठीक है, zygote बनने के बाद petals, sepals, stamens, they all get detached from the flower. Okay, zygote will undergo the development of embryo. ठीक है, और ovule क्या बनेगा? It will undergo the process of seed form. Fine, they will be having a full protection layer around it that we call it as pericarp. 16th number of question. What is percentage bisexual? What is bisexual flower? Sorry. What is bisexual flowers? Collect 5 bisexual flowers from the neighborhood with the help of your teacher. Find out the common and the same. Okay. Bisexual flower जिसके अंदर मेल और फीमेल दोनों रिप्रोडक्टिव स्ट्रक्चर एक ही फ्लावर में प्रेजेंट होंगे, उसको हम बोलेंगे बाइसेक्सुअल फ्लावर्स। ओके, अब कोई भी हमें 5 बाइसेक्सुअल फ्लावर्स के फ्लावर्स कलेक्ट करने हैं एंड वी हैव टू राइट इट साइंटिफिक नेम। Brassica, Brassica campestris, onion, Allium cepa, garden pea, Rhizome sativa, Pudina, hybrida, China rose, Hibiscus rosa. Comes the question number 17. Examine a few flowers of any cucurbit plant. Try to identify the staminate and the pistil. Do you know any other plant which bears the unisexual flowers? So this is a practical question, so I don't think so that this question needs any sort of explanation. Today my video is buffering a lot, right? Now comes the question number 18, that is the last question. Why are offspring of oviparous as compared to the offspring of viviparous animals? External fertilization. ठीक है, एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन बिकॉज एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन में एक तो जाइगोट फॉर्मेशन नहीं ज़रूरी नहीं है एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन, ठीक है जाइगोट फॉर्मेशन बाहर हो रहा है, बट फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ओवीपेरस है या वीवीपेरस उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. अब ऑफस्प्रिंग इज डेवलपिंग आउटसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ एन एनिमल, सो इट इज़ हैविंग हाई रिस्क बिकॉज हो सकता है दूसरा कोई एनिमल उसके ऊपर आके अटैक कर दे, ठीक है. एंड जितने भी ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं जिनके अंदर ओवीपेरस डेवलपमेंट होता है, तो दैट ऑर्गेनिज्म गिव मैनी नंबर ऑफ यंग वंस एट अ टाइम, बिकॉज इतने सारे यंग वंस में से मुश्किल से 3-4 यंग वंस विल एबल टू live their successful life till their end. Okay, yes, it's buffering a lot. No problem. That was all about today's session. Thank you Bacha Party for attending my today's lecture. I hope that has been a useful lecture for you. That has been a very knowledge based lecture for you. Again, we are going to meet 9 p.m. on the Unacademy. Okay, and on the Unacademy we are going to have our discussion on the quiz, that is on the human health and disease. Fine. So before that, if my dear students you will take the subscription of Unacademy, make sure that you are using the referral code DG007 to have the 10% discount in your Unacademy subscription. Okay, till then, bye bye everyone. Thanks a lot for attending my today's lecture. We'll meet again at 9 p.m. tonight. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.